if the moderator loses his voice? Is that okay?
That's all right. Take this off so I look like a clown.
All right, we'll go ahead and get situated. Have the Texas Longhorns advance into the Elite Eight for the 15th time in 16 years. So to my right, we have Jenna Gabriel and Logan Eggleston and Coach Elliott. We'll let Coach Elliott start off with a few comments, and then we'll go to some questions.
Well, congrats to Washington and Coach Keegan Cook. They do such a phenomenal job and so well trained, and had us scouted extremely well to start off the match, and they were executing at an extremely high level. And for us to be able to kind of battle back and make some adjustments and believe in what we were doing. We were down and out 15-10 in the third, and this group has been special all year long. As I told in the locker room, the work that they put in all year to be able to earn a top 4 seed got this amazing crowd. The crowd was probably the best I've ever seen it, to be able to host and give us some fire to get back in it. And this season started off this way. We were down and out against Minnesota and came back. So this team shows me they got some fight. And we caught the fight real late in that match, and we're able to kind of ride that. And what a phenomenal win for our program. Maybe one of the best wins I've ever been a part of.
Raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll get to you. On the right, Danny.
Logan and Jenna, 2 years ago, this is pretty much the exact same story. What was different for you all this time around?
I think we've experienced losing that game before, and we didn't want to do it again. So we just battled. We didn't want to feel that way. We know we have way bigger goals for this year, and we just found a way to do it. And I think just being in that position before really is kind of what gave us the fire to fight back in that game.
Yeah, like she said, I definitely think that we look back on that and use it as a learning lesson. I mean, I don't necessarily think that very many of us out there were thinking about that game while we were on the court. But it's just something that you kind of keep in the back of your head, and it's something that motivates us every single day. I mean, heading up to this match, you're thinking about the fact that we're not a Sweet 16 team. We're a national championship winning team, and I think that's exactly how we ended up playing tonight.
Kirk, go ahead.
Can you both describe kind of the pressure cooker getting down to and the fifth set, and there were plenty of service errors in that fifth set. Can you describe the pressure a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, in a fifth set, it comes down to that. It's those 15 points. Nothing before that point matters. So the pressure is really on, but that's kind of when your true colors show, and who you are as a competitor, who you are as a player really comes out. And I think that in the fifth, we just really wanted it, and that's what we showed, and that's what we got.
Yeah, fifth set is definitely crazy. I mean, it's anybody's game. It doesn't really matter what you did the set previous to it. And I think that this was probably the first time in my volleyball career that we genuinely took our momentum from the fourth set and brought it right with us into the fifth. And as soon as we started that match, there's no question that that game was ours, honestly, and we played exactly that way.
Do y'all remember how to play 5 sets?
Hey, we did it once this year, so yeah.
Back left.
Logan, Washington had all the momentum and then lost it. Can you imagine what it must be like for an opponent to try to get back the momentum after they've lost it against your team in this gym?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard in that gym, especially because you really can't even hear yourself think, and especially against a team like us where we're so balanced and there's threats all across the board. It's really hard to be down against us and try to come back. They put up a really great fight. They're a really great team. I just think we executed better in those last 3 sets.
Danny.
During that fourth set, you guys had really solid contributions from Nalani, Melanie on the service line. How big were they during those runs?
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple breaks with Nani getting the tapes, and that's not coaching at all, or training. That's a little bit of luck on our side. And, look, they were out-serving us and out, controlling the match, and they were kind of pushing us around. And so we changed some of our service zones. We challenged our servers to really kind of go back and put some pressure on them. And then, our passers really stepped up. They went after Logan really hard, and she did a phenomenal job of controlling that and wanting that. And there's the reason that she's one of our leaders on this team.
Over here on the left, Terry.
Coach Elliott, I think it was the fourth set. You were there waving your arms and asking the call to get involved. Did you know that's when the momentum started to swing and you knew the crowd was going to take us over? You knew the crowd was going to have an impact.
I think this is what makes this women's sport one of the best in the world. There's so many momentum switches, and there's so many different ways that you can switch momentum. And obviously the crowd that we have is a ton of pressure, and teams are not used to that overwhelming just kind of pressure from it. And, you know, when we started controlling the ball and we started changing some of the things that we were doing from our offensive system that Jenna was running, it opened up some seams for our left side hitters, and they just did a phenomenal job to get that going. And obviously Bree took it to another level.
Jared, the big, I don't know, 50 and 10, how big a swing was that on the appeal that you won?
Yeah, I don't even remember what point of the game that was. It was pretty close. You know, they called the net on us, and you know we challenged it obviously, and we won.
How big was that?
It's big, yeah. I mean, anytime this game, like anything, it's a 2-point switch. So we had all the momentum and we were rolling with it, and great call.
Danny?
Third set, you guys were down 15-0 or 15-10. Jared calls a timeout. What was the mood in the huddle? Who was speaking up, and what kind of went? You guys, because it was 55-25.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember. I think we just knew that this was it. You know, like this, we have to put everything on the court to win this set. You know, we have to give everything that's in the tank, and that's kind of what we were saying. It's just like, let's leave it all on the court. We have to win this set to keep going, and so we're gonna win this set to keep going. And that's just kind of what the huddle felt like, and we came out, and that's what we did.
Back over here on the left, Terry?
Logan, when you go out to kill a ball, how powerful is this? I mean, I asked Coach Elliott how fast it was. What does it feel like just destroying the ball?
Feels pretty good, you know? Feels, you know, kind of crushing someone else's, you know, I don't know. It's nice. Jenna sets me up perfectly most of the time. No, I think there's a lot of space for me, and I think our middles do a great job being up. Molly's obviously a threat on the right side. Jenna does a really great job distributing the ball, and so I just kind of trust she's going to give me the ball perfectly, and it's kind of a release of everything. Feels good.
In the middle?
Coach, what were the conversations like with Skylar? It seemed like in the early on, maybe not her normal, dominance, but then as the match went on, she got much better. What were your conversations with her?
Well, we were trying to get her going. You know, it's look, this game it can be overwhelming when you're not clicking and trying to kind of move on, and it's not how you start the game, but it's how you finish. So that was some of the conversations. I think that we took obviously the team to our little side room there and had a little meeting with ourselves, and it was great conversations, and team believed in her and believed in everybody else. And you know, I told them that this is about everybody taking care of their job and making sure we look at each other in the eye, and it got going, and she got going, and then everything else changed.
Got time for two last ones, Kirk, then Danny.
Yeah, Jared, obviously advantages you of the regional finals, but can this help the team even more? You guys don't play many 5 sets, but winning in the fashion you did.
Well, I told them two things. I said, one, we got to learn how to steal game 3, and then we can change momentum. And then this NCAA tournament is not about playing perfect. We were far from perfect in games 1 and 2. It's learning how to win ugly and kind of grind it all out. And so, yeah, it's nice when everything kind of syncs up and everything aligns and you play extremely well. But you got to learn how to kind of fight and grind and just find a way to advance. And there was a huge difference in our personality as that match went along. And I thought we were a little shell-shocked early on and just flat. And that's, you know, I told our captains, I was like, I can't change this momentum. You guys got to do this. And Logan and Jenna and everybody spoke up, and they wanted it.
Last one, Danny?
Logan, as far as the defensive effort in those last 3 sets, I don't know if you felt that they were picking on you or trying to go after you, but what turned the tide? Was it just a matter of digging deep, or what kind of
I think it just kind of what we said. Like, this is the ends. We got to do whatever we can. So we were just grinding. We knew that us getting these balls up was going to give us even more momentum, and I think we did a great job of just being in the right spot, getting amazing touches on the block, and just doing what we do. So it's really exciting to win a game because our defense came together and did what it was supposed to do. So that's just great for us. It's going to help us moving forward, just seeing that we can win games playing like that.
Last one. Go ahead, Kirk. You always have to have the last one.
Coach Elliott mentioned shell shock. I don't know if you guys were playing. You weren't playing like y'all usually do. I don't know if it was like tightness or they were just killing the ball, obviously, 400. Was there anything that y'all sensed a little bit off for y'all?
I wouldn't necessarily say it was off. I mean, there are games that you're going to head into where the other team is just going to play a lot better than maybe that you have them scouted, maybe than you expected. And I think that sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. And I think what's special about our team is that we felt that feeling of being overwhelmed, and we're able to kind of flip out of that. And I just don't think that that's something that many teams are able to do. So definitely a feeling of being overwhelmed, but the fact that we're able to kind of just like bounce back out of that is huge.
Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.